everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I work with a lot of individuals with attachment wounds. I'm a licensed therapist and I work with a lot of different individuals. I work with couples, I work with individuals, I sometimes even work with families, but I predominantly work with avoidants. And today I wanted to go over some of the changes that I notice that an avoidant kind of has and applies to themselves when they're ready to make a change and heal. I've made a video about this before, but this is kind of like a part 2, part 3, and I'm going to continue to make more and more parts to kind of expand upon this because every individual is different and sometimes things apply to one person that doesn't apply to another. So I wanted to make more of these signs so that you guys can see. Maybe the first time when I made this video, it didn't really apply to your partner, but this version might, just because there are more signs here. The other thing is I see lots of different people daily, right? That's my job, and everybody's different, and I learn as I continue my career. I learn more, and so sometimes I'll make a video about a similar topic and I'm just adding more to it because I'm learning more and I have more information for you guys. So this is something that I picked up. The 2025, I've had more patients with more experiences. 2024, I've had some experience and I've shared that in the beginning of this year. So I'm just going to continue to add more of that information so that you guys can learn. So let's go ahead and jump right in. These are signs that an avoidant is changing, okay? So the first one is they take initiative, even just a little. Avoidant individuals do not like and do not tend to take initiative, right? And I think we know this, and it's a little annoying. I'm not going to lie, but I'll give some examples that I've kind of changed from my patients, right? So if the weather is nice outside, they may suggest, you know, hey, when you come over today, why not we go to the park so that we can take a walk together? It doesn't sound like it was initiative, but it really was, because they're saying, basically, I want to take a walk with you, right? And that's a huge sign. I know it sounds subtle, but these things are important to recognize. The other example is if an avoidant asks if you've had a busy day or how your work was, how your day was. A lot of avoidants, especially as dating continues, they stop doing those initiative things just because it's a lot of work for them, honestly, and that's not how they operate. So them doing that means they're trying to make an effort and continue to love you, right? So they're changing and opening up to love, okay? The next one, I like this one a lot. I see almost all my avoidant patients do this when they're healing, loving, and becoming secure. So this one, I really love this one. It's when they become less defensive, when you bring up issues that at one point triggered them. This one is so great because it's like you can actually collect like data, because when we're doing notes, I can compare it to my other notes, and I just love seeing that my patient's making progress. Because let's say before a partner asked to go on a trip, that triggered the avoidant. No, I'm not that kind of person. This is not who I am. Take it or leave it. Okay. They were triggered. Back up a little bit. Couple years down the line, hey, you want to go on a trip? Yeah, sounds good. That's progress. I know it doesn't sound like it, and I know it took a long time, but that's progress. They're not triggered anymore. In fact, they even said yes. Yes, I do see that a lot. Like this is very common. One of the most common traits when an avoidant is changing is they're less triggered when you bring things up that used to trigger them. I love this one. This one's huge. The next one is they decrease their sense of my way or the highway type of approach. And they express things more collaboratively, right? So before, in their world, they operated as a me, myself, and I. Now they're operating more of a you and me, we. Using we is more common. I had an avoidant earlier. This wasn't this year, but I remember this was shared in session. I'm going to change things up a little bit, but him and his partner were on a little nature walk, and he was sharing things, and she mentioned he never did this before, and he said, yeah, I didn't notice. I used to not be like that. But while they were walking, he was like, I really like that we focus on fitness. I really like that we're like that. I'm so happy that we are this type of couple. I'm so happy that we are these types of people. We, right? Before he would be like, well, I'm the type of person who focuses on fitness. You can do whatever you want, my way or the highway. Now he's like, I'm so glad that we are this way. We together. He's almost saying like, I'm proud of us as a couple. Like, I like this. This benefits me to be in a relationship with you, which is really huge because he's subconsciously committed, not just genuine, like not just consciously, but subconsciously, which I love, really love that. And the last one, which is really similar to what we kind of just described, is express his value in human relationships way more than they used to. Avoidants always feel like, they're on an island, but they're expressing value with human relationships. I had a patient, this was like a week or two ago. He was talking, and I'm going to change it up a little bit, but he was talking about something that he was watching on TV. I think it was a movie, but it was based on like a real event or whatever. And he was like, I really love the main character. And he said, I also noticed that he really made a huge difference in his life because he had such a loving and supportive wife. So why is that so important? Because he basically just admitted that this guy benefited more from being married, which he would not have done. Like, I know this patient very well. He would never have said that before. So that's a huge step. And he's in a relationship. And I really think this girl that he's been with helps him to realize like love is possible and love is real. And he's learning that, this is something that he wants to continue to have. Like, he's happy. I really can tell he's happy. So those are the 4 things that an avoidant is changing and opening up to love: taking initiative, being less defensive, decreasing independence and more interdependence, leaning more interdependent, and realizing the value of human relationships. So that's 4, okay? And that is pretty much all I have for you. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and I will see you in the next one, okay?